All right, let's dive straight into it. Is video production profitable? But more specifically, which types of videography are going to be more profitable than others? This is a question that came up whenever I was watching another YouTube video and I was going through the comments and looking to see what other people were saying. And this person happened to ask a great question, which I think is terrific. And a lot of you are probably wondering yourselves, which is, what video content format, which format or type is most profitable with the highest ROI of time, resources, etc.? Is that commercials, product videos, educational content? What is it? Now, I will say out of the three that he listed, commercials, product videos, or educational content, I will say educational content has been the most profitable for me. But it's also going to be probably the most boring type of content to film, because the thing with educational content is you literally just go from A to B. You're showing and you're teaching something from the beginning to the very end. So there's not a lot of creativity actually in the filming process. And then when you get into the editing process is going to be very chronological. It's going to be very straightforward. But because of that, the entire production is going to be very, very efficient. And that's the thing with profitability, is profitability comes from efficiency. Efficiency equals profitability. The more efficient you become in your video production, the more profit you can make. Efficiency is the name of the game. So let's say that a production takes you 10 hours. The very first time you do it, it takes you 10 hours. But as you get better at it, as you understand it, as you know how to plan for it, as you know what the setup's going to be, and you know what the filming is going to be, and you know what it's going to be like once you bring it into post-production, instead of that first project taking 10 hours, it now takes you 7 hours, but you charge the same price. Now you've gained 3 hours. Now you've become more profitable because you've become more efficient. So efficiency here is the name of the game. So what is going to be the most profitable format? What's going to be the most profitable type of video production? Honestly, it's going to be the one that you yourself get good at. That's the key. It's going to be the one that you become a master of, because almost all types are going to be not as profitable. They're not going to be efficient in the beginning. So let's say maybe you go to film real estate. You're going to go film a house for an agent or a builder. The first time you film that house, you're probably going to overshoot it. You're probably going to get more angles than you need. You're probably going to spend more time on site than you need. And then when you sit down to edit it, you're not going to know exactly like, okay, where do I need to begin? How should maybe I speed ramp through some of these shots? Which shots should I connect? Those kinds of things. But as you shoot more houses, you understand the process. You know what goes into the setup. You don't have to buy any new gear. You don't have to, when you sit down, think really, really hard about how do I need to edit this. No, you already have a process for how you filmed it, and you have a process for how you edit it. And that has become efficient on all aspects. You're quicker when you film it. You're quicker when you edit. And thus, the price that you get paid is worth more because you're spending less time. So for me personally, corporate style videos where I'm doing a lot of interviews and I'm matching that with B-roll footage, corporate videos have become the most profitable for me. I know exactly what my setup is going to be going in. I know which lighting I'm going to use. I know how I'm going to set up my cameras. I'm going to set up 2 cameras. I know which lenses I'm going to use. And because I know that setup and it works so well for me, I don't have to buy new gear all the time. I don't have to rent gear all the time. And because of that, I'm saving money on that front. And then because I know how I want to set it up almost every time, obviously there are different factors. Different rooms present different factors, different environments present, different things that I need to consider when I'm shooting. But most of the time I know how my lighting is going to be set up. I know how I want to set up my cameras. I know how the audio is going to work. And then when I sit down, I have a very efficient way to interview people. I know how to interview people in a way that I'm going to get hopefully the best responses out of them, which is going to make the editing and the post-production much, much quicker. When I got started in corporate video, I wasn't as good at interviewing people. And because of that, I would maybe ask a lot of questions that were not good, which would provide a lot of response and a lot of footage that we would have to go through to figure out where would this fit within the edit? Is it useful? Is it not useful? Oh, this one question was the best one. So I've learned a lot through the years of doing the corporate video, understanding how to interview, understanding our setup and all of that. I've figured it out, and now it's made me more efficient. So now for me, corporate videos are my most profitable videos. That's why I say what becomes most profitable is the type of videos that you yourself master. So maybe that would be event video, you're covering events. Maybe you're doing music videos. Maybe you're doing product videos. You're doing real estate videos. Whichever ones you start to do more and more of, you become more efficient. You don't have to buy as much gear because you already know what you need and what you don't need. So you're not spending on that. You're so much more efficient on set. And then when you sit down to edit, again, and editing has become a real big efficiency for me. Since I know how most of these productions need to be edited, I save so much time in post-production, and that allows me to be so much more profitable. So much more profitable. I don't have to spend so much time figuring out what the edit's going to have to be. I already typically know ahead of time as I'm filming because I've done so many of these. I already kind of have that in my head. I know what to look for. So when I sit down, it's pretty much streamlined. So there's no clear-cut answer here of what is ultimately going to be the most profitable for you. But like I said at the beginning, I think overall educational content is the most profitable because it takes a minimal setup, minimal filming, minimal post-production, but you can still charge really good for it. So that's why I think that is probably the most profitable still. But again, for a lot of people, it's going to be boring types of content. But hey, if that's your jam and educational content is what you want to film, and hey, you're just looking to, be able to go full-time doing video, and if you can go full-time doing educational videos, more power to you. I don't have anything against that at all. I've done a lot of educational content, so I don't have anything against that. If you want to make a full-time career doing that, by all means, please do. So what are some tips to make yourself more profitable? Well, first and foremost is understand and know your setup. Know which gear you're going to use. Know how you're going to set up that gear for that specific shoot. As you become a master of the types of videos that you produce, you won't have to spend a lot of time thinking about the setup. You'll just go in, you'll know how you want to set it up, make a few tweaks based on that specific production, and that's it. The second tip to become more profitable is as you have free time, go through your music libraries and search for music that's going to be good for your projects. Like I said, I do a lot of corporate videos. There's a style of music that's going to fit those videos a lot better than other types of videos. Like I'm not going to have the same music for a corporate style video as I would for a fitness video. So I would go through and categorize whether it's like Music Bed or Epidemic Sound or Artlist. Go through those websites and categorize based on the projects you're going to be shooting. That way, once you sit down to edit, you can go straight to those categorized lists, those libraries of music, and you can immediately pick a good track, and you're not spending 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours looking for that music. That's going to save you a lot of time. Don't waste your time scrolling through social media. Don't waste your time on other things that don't matter. Take the time when you have free time to categorize things like that, and that's going to make you more efficient, which is going to make you more profitable. And the third tip, which might sound a little bit counterintuitive to profitability, but it's going to help you for future profitability, is to make sure that you have a computer and system that is quick enough to keep up with the files that you're editing. I know when I was getting started in my career, I didn't have a computer that was really quick enough. So my efficiency really struggled because of that. And because my efficiency struggled, my profitability struggled. So yes, upgrading to get a quicker, snappier computer is going to be a cost right now in the moment, and that will eat into your profitability. It will allow you to have a lot bigger profits in the future. Because I upgraded to this iMac back in 2019, this iMac that has 64 gigs of RAM and has really good graphics. Because I upgraded to this, it has made my post-production workflow that much quicker, so much quicker. And because it's so much quicker, my projects take less time and I'm making more per project. So sometimes you have to make an investment right now that's going to eat into your current profits to help you make much larger profits in the future. That doesn't mean you need to invest in a super duper nice RED camera, RE camera that's going to make you more that's probably not going to make you more profitable. But something like a computer that's going to make your post-production more efficient and quicker, it's going to be a great investment right now that's going to lend itself to really big profits in the future. So consider that. All right, if you like this video, please hit that like button. And most importantly, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm going to make a lot more of this kind of content talking about the business side of videography and photography, all of those kinds of things. So subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content, and I will see you all in the next video.